Oh, hey, welcome back to my basement. So we're going to continue solving quadratic equations today, and we're going to solve quadratics using something called the zero product property. All right. Before I get into the lesson, all right, I just want to let you know that your teachers are here for you. My students, I'm here for you if you need anything. Miss Fleska's students, Miss Fleska's here for you if you need anything. Miss Grunza's students, Miss Grunza is here if you need anything. All right, we will help you through your math work. If you're having struggles at home, taking care of family, whatever, you just have to let us know. We will be flexible with things, with due dates, whatever. We're willing to work with you, just ask, all right, and we will work something out. All right, now to the important stuff. Solving quadratics using the zero product property. All right, the zero product property is one of the most powerful concepts in mathematics. All right, it's exactly what it says. The zero product property is when you multiply something to get zero. So, what I want you to think about is try to think of two numbers that when you multiply them gets you zero without using zero. All right, you can use positive numbers, negative numbers, decimals, fractions, anything you want. I want you to think about it. Two numbers that when you multiply them gets you zero without using zero. All right, I'll give you like 30 seconds. Okay, did you get one? No, you didn't, because it is impossible. The only way you can multiply two numbers to get zero, or any numbers in that, for that matter, to get zero, is by having zero. So that's what the zero product property is all about. And all the zero product property states is that the only way to multiply to get zero is by including zero as a factor. And this is going to be very, very powerful, because what we're going to do throughout a lot of the mathematics that you're going to have from this point is we're going to set stuff equal to zero to make it so that we can use the zero product property. It's going to be awesome. All right? So let's look at this in practice. Actually, let's use this definition. This is the wordy definition. We can get the symbol-y, mathy definition here. And what that is if A times B equals 0, then A equals 0, and or B equals 0. So if A times B equals 0, then either A has to be 0, B has to be 0, or both of them need to be 0, or it's not true. So let's look at some examples. Okay, I am multiplying two things to get 0. So, by the zero product property, at least one of these things needs to be 0 in order for this to be true. The two things I'm multiplying is x plus 1 and x minus 7. These are our two factors. So what we need to figure out is, I know either x plus 1 needs to equal 0, and we need to figure out what value of x makes x plus 1 equal 0, and we can just do our basic algebra. So x equals -1 is one of our solutions to this equation. Because if I plug in -1 here, that's going to make this 0. It doesn't matter what the other factor is, because if this is 0, then the whole thing is going to equal 0. But that's not my only answer. I can also make this factor 0, and we're trying to find what number -7 equals 0. Boom, we just need to add that 7. And we get our second answer, which is x equals 7. Just like the last one, we're going to get 2, count them, 2 answers for just about every one of these. Let's try another one. Two x minus 7, 5x plus 6 equals 0. Again, the fact that equals 0 means that we can use the zero product property. I have two things that I'm multiplying to get 0. So either this one has to be 0 or this one has to be 0. So we're going to figure out what value of x makes each of these factors 0, and that's our answer. So what value of x, makes 2x minus 7 0? Well, we add the 7 to both sides. We divide both sides by 2. And I get x equals 7/2. Now some of you would be like, oh, fractions. You know, you can give me a decimal. However, it's already in fraction form. Why do extra work? Keep it as 7/2. Same thing over here. For the only way this one can equal 0 is either if x is 7/2, making this one 0, or whatever makes this other factor, 5x plus 6, equal to 0. Subtract the 6, that's 5x is -6, divide by 5, leave it as a fraction. If you want a decimal, that's -1.2. All right, we'll do like maybe one more, maybe 2. This should be a pretty easy section. You can probably do this worksheet fairly quickly, which is nice, you know? Let's go. For the record, I catch myself very often in all of these videos. I've been teaching for so many years because I'm very, very old. And I stop and I start to ask, are there any questions? And that doesn't make any sense because you can't ask me questions in the middle of my video. So, yeah, so I guess I'm kind of dumb. All right, we get 3x plus 4 times 2x minus 1 equals 0. Set that equal to 0, set that equal to 0, and find out what the x's are. Subtract the 4, that's 3x is -4. Divide by 3, that's x equals -4/3. Again, if you want a decimal, that's fine, that's -1.3 repeating. Over here, we add the 1, divide by 2, and we get x is 1/2. All right, so there's our lesson for today. Do the work. All right, that'll be the next class period. And we're going to up the game using this zero product property next time. But you guys are going to be such beasts at it by then. You're just going to dominate. All right. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time.